The Mazda RX-7 is one of the most iconic JDM cars of all time. Lightweight, rear-wheel drive, twin-turbocharged rotary engine. It's the stuff of legends.
But behind its cult status lies a harsh reality. The RX-7 wasn't just discontinued, it was buried. What killed this rotary-powered dream car?
Thanks for tuning into another episode of Pro Street TV. Today we are diving deep into the real reasons the RX-7 failed. Not the myths, not the memes, just cold, hard, rotary facts.
The RX-7 debuted in 1978 as the SA22C, Mazda's answer to rising oil prices and emissions regulations. Powered by a tiny Wankel rotary engine, it was light, agile, and fun. The FB and FC generations continued to refine the formula. The RX-7 competed with the Porsche 944 Nissan Z cars and even Corvettes of that era, offering sports car dynamics at a fraction of the price. But the real legend began in 1992 with the FD3S. Mazda set to work, determined to make the next RX-7 the absolute pinnacle of engineering. And they succeeded? Sort of. The FD was a masterpiece on wheels. Twin sequential turbos, near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution, a 280 horsepower screamer under 2,800 pounds. It was the JDM Ferrari. Sexy, sleek, and easily the biggest head-turner on any road. But for all its brilliance, the FD was plagued with problems. Heat soak, vacuum lines, flooding, carbon buildup, and apex seal failure. If you didn't religiously warm it up, maintain it, and pray to the rotary gods, it was only a matter of time before things went sideways. And Mazda knew, but they built it anyway. The car was designed for hardcore enthusiasts, not the average commuter. In a world dominated by Civics and Eclipses, that was a fatal gamble. The rotary engine is one of the most misunderstood power plants in automotive history. It's small, light, high revving, but it comes at a cost. The core issues. Apex seal wear, like piston rings but with much less longevity. Oil consumption. It's intentional. Rotaries inject oil into the chamber to lubricate the apex seals. This means you burn oil by design. Fuel economy. 15 to 18 mpg was typical. On boost? Worse. Emissions. High hydrocarbon output made it nearly impossible to meet tightening 2000s regulations. Mazda kept refining it in an effort to fix things, but the world around them was moving faster, and regulators weren't impressed by 9,000 RPM redlines. By the late 90s, the sports car boom was dying. Toyota killed the Supra, Nissan dropped the 300ZX, even Honda put the NSX on ice. And Mazda? They were broke. What drove Mazda's financial woes? Sales were dropping globally. The RX-7 was expensive to build and sell. Mazda leaned heavily on Ford, who took a 33% controlling stake. Ford's influence pushed Mazda toward profitability, not passion. The RX-7? Gone in the US after 1995. Japan held on until 2002, but the writing was already on the wall. Ford's influence pushed Mazda toward profitability, not passion. The RX-7? Gone in the US after 1995. Japan held on until 2002, but the writing was already on the wall. Signaling an end to an era, the RX-7 was discontinued to the dismay of enthusiasts worldwide. In 2003, Mazda tried again. The RX-8 was meant to carry the rotary flag, but it was a very different car. Different in many ways from its predecessor, the RX-8 was quirky yet sporty, but failed to catch on with the masses. Some of the problems with the RX-8? Naturally aspirated Renesas engine. Suicide doors, less power, more emissions compliance.
no turbo, no raw edge of the FD. Overall, it was met with an overall shrug from enthusiasts, not what Mazda had in mind. It appealed to a broader audience, but alienated the hardcore base. Worse, it still had rotary issues, apex seals, engine flooding, hot start failures. The RX-8 didn't save the Rotary, it sealed its fate. By the 2010s, Rotary development was dead. The RX-8 was discontinued in 2012. Emissions were stricter than ever. The world wanted hybrids, not high-maintenance, high-revving coupes. When Mazda shifted gears from high-revving, turbocharged machines to practical SUVs and crossovers, it didn't just change direction. It left an entire generation of car enthusiasts behind. For decades, Mazda wasn't just another Japanese automaker. It was the rebel, the Rotary pioneer, the underdog that gave us legends like the RX-7, Mazda Speed 6, and the MX-5 Miata. Cars that weren't just transportation, they were an experience. Lightweight chassis, tight manual gearboxes, and engines that begged to be redlined. The RX-7 didn't fail because it wasn't good. It failed because the world changed. Consumer tastes shifted to crossovers and economy cars. Regulations made the Rotary engine nearly impossible to mass produce. Mazda had no money to reinvent it. But to the fans, the RX-7 never died. It just became a legend. Do you miss the RX-7? Drop us a comment below and let us know. Thank you so much for watching Pro Street TV. We are working hard to deliver daily videos, so please drop us a like and follow.